The first episode of Daredevil Born Again Season 2 just premiered last night, so this video is going to contain spoilers. That is your one and only warning. With that being said, this episode was underwhelming as fuck. I don't want to come off as someone who can't accept change. I ain't some hardcore Netflix Daredevil dick writer, okay? It's just that Disney Marvel ain't making it easy not to. I am more than willing to see things through. I am more than willing to accept changes for this new Daredevil. Do I look like some Sam Raimi dick writer who can't accept changes to a new Spider-Man? The opening sequence is pretty awesome and is very much a message from the showrunners that they are not fucking around. Matt is not holding back against these guys and he beats the absolute shit out of them. I mean, my goodness, he is pounding the absolute fuck out of them. And let's just take a moment to admire the cinematography and stylistic choices made when Matt is focusing in on his hearing, trying to listen to everything that's around him and lock in on something. Oh my god, this effect is really fucking cool and I'm glad they brought it back because I think we only got to see it like once or twice in the previous season. Although I do understand why they're not going to show it too much, because then at some point if it is shown too many times, it's not going to be as cool or awesome as it is when it's rare. After this fight though, Daredevil, instead of just throwing his billy club at the camera, decides to awkwardly grab it, very clearly showing their Daredevil sign because he just has to show their Daredevil symbol, and then awkwardly smashes it with his open hand. Like, what? And then the boat goes down in the water and Daredevil gets up on the beach. It transitions into the opening title sequence, and you know, I gotta say, it still rocks. The theme fucking rocks. But to be completely honest, I skipped it because I still don't know how to feel about the show. Seeing Karen do a bit of martial arts on a training dummy is pretty awesome. I did not expect them to go this route with her, but I'm glad that they're providing her with a bit more agency, especially with how things are going in this universe. You know, it's great to see Matt and Karen restart their romantic relationship. It's just unfortunate how forced it kind of feels because Karen wasn't in season 1 and we didn't get to see them rebuild their connection. I'll bet that if the new showrunners could have changed more things in season 1, it would have been to keep Karen around so that her and Matt could grieve together and they would find solace in each other, which would eventually develop their relationship into what it is now. But that's just cope, let's be honest. It's just sad to see how the new showrunners have to clean all this shit up after the last team fucked everything up. I haven't forgotten that Karen and Matt dated in season 2 of Netflix's Daredevil, but it's been a while since 3 and now Born Again season 2, okay? It's been a while.
So, did Mayor Fisk fix it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about the BB report. I fucking hate this shit. I fucking hate every single segment, sequence, scene that includes BB Yorick. Why the fuck is this character in the show? I hate the inclusion of this character and her wannabe independent journalist ass. Karen is supposed to be the one to carry the torch, the one to carry Ben Urich's legacy. Instead, we have a character that is just forced into the show that doesn't even exist in the comics. Maybe I'm wrong about that detail. Maybe she does exist in some obscure Daredevil comic that I haven't seen anywhere. But according to Google, I can't find anything, okay? But hey, prove me wrong. And even if she does exist in the comics, what place does she have in this show if not already filled with Karen? But hey, perhaps it's a reflection of real life, you know, kind of like a Nick Shirley type. It's pretty exhausting seeing people compare this show and Fisk to Donald Trump. I mean, I feel like the only people who are doing this are a bunch of retards who lurk on subreddits 24/7. One thing's for sure is that Frank was right. If Matt just finished him off at the end of season 3, none of this would have been happening. Maybe Foggy would still be alive. You know, this time around, I'm gonna be a bit more forgiving with the inclusion of Kirsten and Cherry. With Foggy gone, some folks have gotta try to fill in the hole, and we might as well have the 2 DEI hires try to fill that hole. And, well, we got Karen back, so no one needs to fill that hole. Well, I guess that's why they brought in BB Urick to fill in a hole that apparently she was supposed to fill in with the removal of Karen, but now that Karen's back, they don't know what to do with BB Urick. So they just have her annoying ass little fucking wannabe journalist segments thrown here and there that ruins the fucking tone. And the pacing.
BB Urick, my useful little paw.
I'm just happy to see that Cherry has a bit more involvement with the story and actually shares scenes with Matt to prove to audiences that they're homies, that they have a connection, and that they're actually helping each other out, doing stuff for each other to make shit happen. Heather being haunted or dealing with the PTSD of Muse is honestly lame as fuck, and apparently some people online even predicted this direction. Some people are even theorizing that she's gonna become Lady Muse, which I don't know how to feel about that. It seems kinda dumb, but then again, it's very clear that the showrunners are just trying to make up for the fact that the Muse storyline was wasted. Tony Dalton returns as the swordsman all the way from Hawkeye, which is pretty awesome, but it is unfortunate that he still doesn't really have much significance to anything other than to simply be a character to connect the other shows. But I'm not gonna rag on him because he's a Wong type, you know? He's a Wong type of character, someone who is designed to keep things connected, which is better than forcing an entire episode that doesn't add anything to the overall show. We got our first look at Matthew Lillard as Mr. Charles, and it seems like he's high up on the ladder. He's got some serious connections and is working with Wilson Fisk on his underground operation. So I'm excited to see where all that goes and what they do with Lillard, because you know, that guy always rocks. He's always a dub. Matt losing this fight at the end of the episode is the dumbest shit ever. And suddenly Bullseye just comes out of nowhere to the rescue. What the fuck was that? I'm sorry, I don't believe for a fucking second that Matt would lose to these guys, no matter if his homeboy right there was having a heart attack of some sort. Okay, he was able to fight while Foggy was dying. He was able to beat the absolute shit out of Bullseye, but you can't handle 3 ATVF motherfuckers, or AVTF, whatever the fuck you call them.
Anti-Vigilante Task Force.
I don't care. Daredevil losing this fight makes no sense, and it doesn't really inspire confidence for the rest of the series. Here's a crazy motherfucking thought, guys. How about Daredevil? How about Matt just finish off all of these guys quickly and then just take Cherry to the hospital, get him some help. Why waste the time listening to what's going on with his heart instead of just finishing these guys off first? It is just some lazy ass writing, and they managed to pull off Matt's cowl? Come on, dude. How lucky is that Bullseye just happens to be around to save his ass? And what a coincidence that Matt just so happens to be nearby to save the day. Whatever, man. I guess it sort of has me excited to see them team up in a future episode, so that's kind of cool. Overall, this first episode was okay. It doesn't exactly leave me feeling excited for the next episode, but I'm still willing to watch whatever that comes next. I'm still very hopeful for this series. I'm a huge Daredevil fan, and I just want to see it go back to greatness. I fucking love Daredevil, and there is some personal attachment that I have to Daredevil, which of course makes my review a bit unfair and biased, but hey, you know, that's the name of the game. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week with my review of episode 2. I'll catch you guys next time. Check out the promos they've been releasing though. God. Oh yeah, it looks good. It looks so fucking good.